When buying a car, a lot of people make this one simple mistake that ends up costing them thousands of dollars. And the funny part is, this seems like the best decision to make in the moment. It seems like the normal thing to do. And in today's video, I'm gonna show y'all how to avoid this, and how to save yourself in the long term and make your car, get the most out of your money. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to Ziggy Week. We do these daily. Well, for this week, we're on a reduced schedule. We're doing every other day, but we do these POVs talking about cars and a little bit of life, but mainly just the cars, guys. And before we start off, as y'all can see out the window, a lot of snow. The snowstorm has came and passed, so we're out here. Some of the roads are plowed, some are not, so they're trying to be careful out here, get this content, but also not putting myself in harm's way. And guys, let's dive right into it. When you're going to look at a car, a lot of people aren't really thinking long term. Believe it or not, a lot of people get caught up in the moment. Emotions are running high. You're gonna make this huge investment that can possibly, in most situations, it'll change your life. If you're somebody who's coming from not owning a car to owning a car, those people that already have cars, that first car, that first big step it's a lot, and you can get blinded by emotions and not have a proper thought process while getting these cars. And there's a lot to car ownership than just buying it or just getting insurance. A lot of people will say that's the cheapest and the easiest part of car ownership, just paying insurance every single month. You just blindly hand over your money. You don't really gotta think about it, and when you need it, it's gonna be there for you to use. When it comes to reliability and keeping a car on the road, that's where things get a little tricky. That's where people kind of turn a blind eye, and you have people with these cars that have a lot of problems, and they wonder, man, I got so unlucky. Why is my car giving me so many issues? Why am I never able to just calmly drive my car without something happening? And that is because maintenance has been neglected. When you buy a car, you have the decision is whether you're gonna keep up with all your proper maintenance, regardless of how silly it might sound, or you're gonna roll the dice and see how long the car holds up on its own. And depending on the car you buy, you can get away with this for a little bit of the time, but it's all gonna catch up. People typically say Japanese cars are built to be abused, and German or European cars, they're over engineered and they run perfectly as long as you stay on top of every single thing. So obviously, if you have an older Honda or an older Toyota, these are cars that you can beat on. You can go a couple hundred miles over the oil change and you'll get away with it. They overcompensate when building them. So, you'll get away with not staying up with basic maintenance for a little bit. But over the years, things are gonna start to fall apart. And there's so many situations where people buy these used cars and they don't take the time to bring a mechanic with them to properly scope out any potential problems that the car will have, and then they buy a car that gives a bunch of problems and they wonder, like, damn, I got so unlucky, I'll never buy a used car again. And they tell people never buy off marketplace because I got scammed. Like, no, you just bought a car that was poorly maintained. You have to do your due diligence when it comes to buying a car, because then you're gonna get stuck with somebody else's problem, and you don't want that. You don't want to get stuck with somebody else's headache. You want to buy a car and be happy with it. A lot of people make this mistake very early on into car ownership, where they don't seem to prioritize maintenance. I don't need these tires. The mechanic is scamming me for this quote on brakes. I don't really need that until stuff hits the fan. Transmission fluid changes. There's people, believe it or not, there's people out there that believe in lifetime oil. Like, they'll put whatever lifetime oil in their car and they'll be like, oh, I don't need an oil change because I have the lifetime oil change in it. And then you'll wonder, like, oh, why did my engine just randomly stop working? Because that's not how they're made to operate. There's no such thing as a lifetime. Everything has a shelf life, and eventually you have to change out your fluids. And I'm always shocked when there's people that are so against oil changes and doing this and doing that to their car, where it's like, bro, oil change only costs like $40 if you do it yourself. You go to buy the oil, you buy the filter, jack up the car, drain it, put in a new fluid, whoop-de-doo. Before you know it, you're already done. And if you pay a shop, it'll probably cost, what, 50, 70. Like, if you can't do it yourself, pay somebody to do it. And the small things that you cheap out on are the ones that add up the most, because a lot of people will try to cheap out on their oil change and go to the cheapest bidder, and then they wonder why their drain pan bolt gets stripped out, and then you got to pay extra money to fix something when you're trying to save money, you know. So sometimes to save money, you have to spend more money. That is just the reality of owning a car, you know, because the worst thing is when you save the little money here and then it catches up to you later on in life. And then it's like, damn, if I had known isn't gonna fix your car. Hold on, let's merge real quick, man. Yo, if you're driving in the winter with snow on your roof, get off the road, dude. Clean your car properly. I don't understand how hard it is for people to take a little broom and just push the snow off their roof. Like, come on. Stop making these simple excuses in big 2026. I do not want to hear it from anybody. Damn, that's a lot of cops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the rescue department. Jeez, hopefully everybody's okay. But yeah, guys, you know, you have to take care of your car. A lot of people, they cheap out on this, and that is what's gonna haunt you in the long run. That's gonna cost you a lot of money. You know, I have owned used cars. This is my second used car, and I always do my oil change, my transmission fluid when the time comes. Spark plugs get changed. All these things that get neglected, they add up. And you know, you might skip an oil change here and there. Bro, you gotta take care of that stuff, man, because then it's gonna cause bigger problems on bigger problems. So if you're one of those people that think that they can just neglect their car and nothing will happen, it will catch up to you. And it's either catch up to you or whoever buys your car later in the future is gonna have to deal with those problems. But somebody has to attest for the negligence. Somebody has to pay the price. So if you want the best bang for your buck, you don't want to have to spend more money in the future, do me a favor, guys. Take proper care of your car, please. It sounds like a lot, but it's really not, you know. If you want a car, you're looking into buying a car, I mean, dude, these are things you have to plan for. Just like how you put aside money for insurance, just like how you put aside money for a haircut, you got to put aside money for the oil changes, put aside money for your tires. One of the most important things, your tires are the only thing that is in contact with the road when you're driving. But without your tires, there's no turning, there's no braking, there's no acceleration, because you need friction. The more friction you have, the better your car is gonna perform. You know, you look at these snowstorms and you see all these people sliding down hills. People are getting stuck because they don't have proper tires. And this is a constant argue within like the car community and in general, because people say, oh, like, I have quattro, I'm good. I have front wheel drive, I'm good. Yeah, you might have a little advantage over somebody with like a rear wheel drive or a front wheel drive, but you still need proper tires, you know. A lot of people, they'll just blindly depend on these all-wheel drive systems, and they have ball summer tires, and then they wonder why they crashed into a guardrail because their car wouldn't turn when they wanted to. You need to have proper tires on your car, guys, please, especially if you live in these conditions. I mean, look at all this snow. Temperatures drop at night. You gotta have good tires, man. So stay on top of your maintenance. It'll help you in the long run. It might seem like you're spending a lot of money in the moment, but trust me, in the long term, it will play out. It will work out in your favor. You just gotta do what you gotta do so you can do the things you want to do with the car. That's really what it comes down to. It's crazy how none of these people driving on the highway know that it's completely gridlocked a couple miles up. It's, yo, that feeling when you just cruising and you looking at the GPS and you got 10 minutes left to get back to the crib, and then you see some traffic and that 10 minutes go to 30, bro. It's like your heart just drops, man. I feel bad for them, but hey, everybody gotta feel it one way or the other. I've been there. I'm pretty sure y'all, oh, service due now. You see that? I gotta change my oil. So, yo, I'm talking about maintaining your car. You see what I'm saying, bro? The maintenance comes for everybody. I'm here making a video about it. I gotta do my maintenance too, and I will get it done. So live what you preach. I will live what I preach. I'm gonna get my maintenance done, trust me. But hey guys, I will be taking care of that oil change very soon. It's so unfortunate that, because I do my own work on my car, and now it snowed, and working on your car in the snow and the wet is so annoying. You gotta go into there, your shirt is gonna get soaked. You can't even wear a short suit because it's cold, so it's like you can't even avoid just getting uncomfortable. But it's a part of the job. It's what I signed up for when I decided I'm not bringing my car to the shop for no reason. So I gotta do what I gotta do, man. But y'all, this snow is crazy. You know, now that we got over that topic, this snow is absolutely crazy, man. I thought they were joking on the news when they said this is gonna be record snowfall. They was not lying. I'm telling y'all, bro, they was not lying. This is one of the only times that the weatherman was actually right. He didn't cat to us. We indeed got like 18 inches or whatever inches they said we was gonna get. It's crazy out here. Hopefully, this is the last snow we get for the season, man. That damn groundhog is just boning me, bro. I do not like the snow. I can't wait for it to be done. So I'm really hoping this is the last of it, man, because it gets to a point. It really, really gets to a point, man. But y'all, if you made it this far into the video, thank you for tapping along. Thank you for watching the content. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know down below what y'all think about this, you know. And guys, bear with me this week, as you know, we switch into every other day uploads. I can't do the every day this week. I already missed yesterday, and you know, it's gonna be long days at work because I am, I guess, an essential worker, so I'm gonna have to put in some overtime and stuff at my work to, you know, get things back to where they need to be. So y'all, it's gonna be a long week, but we will get through it. We will get it done, y'all. Make sure y'all out there striving for the best. Let me know if y'all been traveling, man. I haven't traveled in a minute because obviously every time I want to take a trip or do something cool, boom, world record snow and all sorts of stuff, man. So I'm just hanging in there, trying to keep my cool. You know, the time will come where I can do what I want to do, but right now I just gotta do what I gotta do, and that's just a part of life, man. Guys, I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Ziggy Wick is out. Make sure y'all buy TSX and travel. I love y'all. Catch you on the next video, guys. Peace.